In this video, I'm getting my first look at the longer B1 laser machine featuring a powerful 40-watt laser module. And for the example project, I've got this huge laser enclosure, which is also by Longer. Hi everyone, welcome to the Laser Channel where we learn, create, and share. My name is Greg, and today I'm going to be checking out the B1 40-watt laser machine by Longer. And let's just get started. I'm going to dive in, get this unboxed, check out the packaging and everything that's included with the machine. All right, now the box is pretty sizable and it has some good weight to it, so we're going to see if I have to assemble the machine or if it comes partially assembled. And with that, let's dig in and check out the contents. Well, it looks like there's going to be a little bit of assembly, but I can already tell that some of the components are already pre-assembled. That's going to really speed up the whole process. Everything's unpackaged. We're going to check out a quick look inside of the empty box to see how all the parts had their own compartment to be nestled in, protecting them throughout the shipping process. We saw the first piece of packaging that came out was this huge protective piece of foam on the top. When we check out the compartment where the rest of the machine was at, everything has its own individual spot to go, neatly padded in this nice squishy black foam. And I did a quick look off camera to all the components here, and there's not a scratch or a mark on any of them. Here's the framework of the machine. Everything has a beautiful finish on it, and once again, there's not a scratch on any of these components. All the controls for the B1 are located in this corner of the machine. Checking out the back, there's this breakout connection. This is going to make it really easy to connect up the pre-wired side frame up to the main controls of the machine. The B1 comes with an air assist pump that wires directly into the main machine, an ample supply of air line for the air pump, a nicely detailed quick start guide. There's a couple of parts assembly bags that are nicely labeled. USB drive with pre-installed SD card. We'll check that out later on. A spare protective lens for the laser module. Assembly wrenches and maintenance tools, along with a couple pieces of practice plywood. To keep the airline and cables nice and tidy, there's a number of zip ties, a composite tweezers. To clean off my projects, there's a nice brush. USB cable, safety keys to lock out the machine for unauthorized use, safety glasses, and this powerful 24-volt 9-amp power supply. And lastly, there's this huge 40-watt laser module. It has a nice blue laser window in the front for safety. It comes with the air assist nozzle already installed. And on the other side, we're going to see this little silver nub. That is the focusing gauge that's integrated into the laser module itself. I'm going to do the assembly of the machine off camera. Before I turn this camera off, let's just check out this laser module one more time. This thing is absolutely massive. From here, I'm going to take you on a guided tour around the B1 laser machine and kind of rattle off some of the top specs that I think are really neat about this B1 platform by Longer. The work area is 540 by 440 millimeters, and freedom units, that's 17.72 by 17.32 inches, a 23% size increase over the standard 400 millimeter work area. Interchangeable laser modules for more versatility. I can choose from 20, 30, and 40 watt blue laser modules and even a 2-watt IR module. Capable of speeds of up to 600 millimeters per second with the machine extension kit. Safety comes in the form of an e-stop button, safety lock, tilt protection, laser module blue window to reduce laser scatter light, limit switches for the X and Y axes, and flame detection. When it comes to software, the B1 is compatible with the ever-popular LaerBurn free laser durable software and the longer developed software LaerBurn, which is what I'm going to be using today. Lots of cool features on this machine. I just touched on a couple of the top features that I personally think are really neat. If you'd like to know more about the machine, I'll of course have links down below for you to check out. The other thing that's really neat to check out on this machine is all the accessories that are already available for it, and I have basically all of those, including the laser enclosure. I think I might put this together off to the side when we go to do the first project later on in this video. There's also the rotary attachment that's available for the machine, and if the work area of the machine isn't large enough yet, there is a frame extension kit. I've got that right here as well. I'm starting to run out of space a little bit. And then as mentioned, the camera adds a lot of AI features to the machine. And of course, I have that back behind the table here as well. So I'm not going to do all of these in the same video. Don't worry, that's going to be way too much. But things like the rotary, the extension kit, and the camera, those are all going to be separate videos so that we can really focus on what each accessory is going to bring to the B1 laser machine. But wait, there's more. I've got the Honeycomb for the B1, and best of all, it's magnetic. So I can use my favorite red magnets to hold down my work material so it doesn't shift around during a project. The Honeycomb also includes 8 of these little pegs that fit snugly in to also hold down the work material. The first thing we're going to pick up on, or actually here, is going to be the high velocity fan on the laser module. I can't really turn that off, so I'm going to just have to talk over that. So it is a slight nuisance, but having that high velocity stack fan on this huge laser module, I guess it does make sense. This is 40 watts and that does have to stay cool to get the most life out of the laser module. Just know that if you hear a whistly noise in the background, it's not me, it's going to be the laser module. Now with that covered, I'm going to start with the SD card that comes with a USB drive with the B1 machine, and for that, we'll jump into the computer. I've copied all the files over to my computer, so I've got them for safekeeping. I then take that SD card and I place it in the top of the machine itself. We've got one file for all of the manuals, some instruction videos, some software. The LaerBurn software from longer, I downloaded that from the website to make sure I had the latest copy. There's also some test files in here. And for LaerBurn users, there is a device profile to make sure that the machine is properly configured within the LaerBurn software. And let's get started in LaerBurn. Here's the landing screen within the software. You can always check out the version number that I'm using in the upper left-hand corner. Right now it's version 2.02, which is the open beta. Along the left-hand side, we've got a lot of drawing tools, including the AI function. We're going to check that out in this video. Across the top, I have all types of making an array, a grid. If I have one object and want to duplicate it a whole bunch of times, that's a great way to do it. I can merge objects, combine them, split them, align them, manually position up here, or grab it, move it around within the workspace. Over on the far right-hand side, right now it's pretty blank because we're not connected up to the machine, so let's do that right now. Let's get the B1 connected up. I'll click on Connect, and this brings up a dialog screen, and it shows all the different machines compatible with LaerBurn software. And I'm going to click on, of course, the B1 machine. And it's going to confirm that I'm using the serial port, the USB serial port, and I'll click Connect. And just like that, the computer is now connected up to the laser machine. That was pretty easy. And to double check that it really is connected, the main screen here, I can click on these arrow keys and see if I can manually move the laser head, which it is moving. And I can also hit a machine reset. It's gonna reboot the machine and automatically rehome it so we can start creating a project. When I go to create a project, there's a couple different ways that I can go. I can click on the file folder here, and the LaerBurn software has a variety of basic images already built in. I can also click the plus button and add my own images into this library for easy access. For today's video though, we are going to click on the AI image generation. Now, in order to enable this feature, I do have to be logged into the software up here in the corner. Creating a login account is absolutely free, and when I do that, I get 200 credits for using the AI generation. Each time I use it, it is going to use 10 credits. I'm going to click on the AI image generation, and here is the last image that I had put in there. I think I put in something like lino cut happy cat riding a bicycle, and it came up with these 4 different images. I like this one in the bottom corner. When I click on it, brings it up, gives me some more information on it, and it is going to be a PNG file, which is perfectly fine for engraving, and I can save that to my computer or import it directly to the canvas within the software, which is what I did. Got a little notification up there, and now I can click the close button, and the close button on here, and here is my AI generated image. We'll also see that I've got a number of filters that automatically popped up because I now am working with an image. Right now it is set to grayscale, and I can go to monochrome, which I kind of like that punchy black and white. Down at the bottom, we're going to see I can put this on all different types of layers that I want to, and it's really up to me on which one I'd like to use. For me and my OCD, I always like to have layer blue as my engraving layers. I can double click on this and it brings up a bit more information. What I'd like to do now is draw a square rectangle. I just draw out a random shape right now, and I'm going to come up here, make sure that that little padlock is locked, and this engraving is going to be 250 millimeters, so I think I'm going to make this 275 millimeters. I'll select everything on the screen and see if we can't align them to the center. That looks good. And I can reselect everything and move it more towards the center of the workspace, just like that. Now, I almost forgot this outside border. I want to cut that out. I'll simply select it and put it on a different layer. For me, my cut layers are usually the red layer. The easiest way to get the material squared up against the machine is to take something that is nice and flat. I'll place that up against the gantry. Remember, this gantry is what the laser is running off of. I'll just place that up there and lower it down until it touches the work surface, and then I can push the material into it. And now I can take the little hold down pieces, put a couple of those on, and now the work material is perfectly squared up to the rest of the laser machine. To set the focus, I'll flip the little lever arm down, loosen up the 2 screws, and lower the laser module until that leg just touches my work material. I'll flip the leg back up. I'm all set to get this first project going, and because it is so large, it is going to produce some smoke during the engraving and definitely during the cutting process. So I am going to take the laser enclosure that fits the B1. I'm going to put that together off camera, and we'll see a couple glimpses of it during the video montage of the first project being made on the B1 laser machine. Check out this enclosure. It's absolutely massive. Everything's all set, so I'm ready to hit the start button. project's complete, and it took a little over an hour. In hindsight, with this powerful 40-watt laser module, I could have ran a whole lot more faster, but it's all done, and let's check out the results. Looks pretty good. It's a little dark in the corner here. I think that's going to be more with the cheap wood that I'm using than the laser machine itself. I'm going to get this cleaned up and we'll take another close-up look. A quick wash with some LA is totally awesome. Got rid of all the engraving residue on this project. I was also able to check out this dark spot. That's actually a knot that's in this plywood, so that's a defect in the wood and has nothing to do with the laser machine itself. Good way to finish the project off is some nice spray polyurethane. The project turned out great, and I want to spend just a second or two on this laser enclosure. First of all, it's absolutely huge, and I think that makes sense because the B1 laser machine is a little bit larger than most of the machines on today's market. Now, with it being a larger enclosure, there's ample room to run cables in and out of the closure. There's a port right here and a port on the other side. There's also room inside of the enclosure for cable flex from all the wires and cables coming off of the laser gantry. The enclosure also has a couple really cool features, including an included light that I've got mounted up on this side, but really I could mount the light anywhere that I'd like to given the mounting system and the framework of the enclosure. Back in that corner is an included exhaust fan, and there's some exhaust hose that comes with the enclosure as well. And even on the ceiling, they have provisions for installing a camera system, so we're definitely going to be checking that out in a future video. Those are just a couple of the key features on the enclosure. I'm going to make a whole separate video covering just all the cool things and features that are integrated into the enclosure. There's actually been a lot of thought put into this, more than just a box that goes around the laser machine. Thanks for joining me in this video as I shared my first look at the B1 laser machine by Longer. We also got a nice little sneak peek preview of the enclosure itself. Join me in future videos as we take a look at the rotary attachment, the frame extension, and the camera system, all specifically for the B1 laser platform. Thanks for joining me, and don't forget to show this video some love by giving it a like, subscribe to the channel, or share the video. Not only is it a great way to help this channel grow, it's an awesome way to connect video content like this with other great viewers just like yourselves. And until I see you again in the next video, I'm Greg from the Laser Channel, where we learn, create, and share.